Hey guys, last night we looked at 1 Timothy chapter 2 and how we are supposed to lift holy hands when we pray. And in verse 8 of chapter 2, Paul says that he was calling the Ephesian church to lift holy hands without quarreling and without anger. And if you remember, last week we talked about how that church was being confused by false teachers, and it was driving them to arguments and discussions that didn't really matter. And so Paul was telling them, hey, when you pray as a church, lift holy hands, meaning be blameless when you pray. And specifically that they should pray without arguing or without anger in their hearts. So my question for you, and the question I'm asking myself, is when I pray, what would Paul say to me? Lift holy hands without fill in the blank. Maybe there is a relationship that needs reconciliation. You need to forgive. Or maybe you need to confess something to somebody else. Maybe there's a sin that's in your life that you need to let go of. Whatever it is, when you go to the Lord in prayer, just as Paul was calling the Ephesian church to go before the Lord blamelessly with holy hands, what do we need to do when we come to church, when we go before the Lord in prayer, when we come to Him in worship? What do we need to do so that we can lift hands that are holy, that are blameless? What's hindering us from our worship, from our prayer? James 5:16 says that a righteous man's prayer availeth much, meaning that people who live in a way that backs up what they're praying, their prayers are powerful, and the Lord hears them and answers them. So I want to encourage you guys, think about the things in your life that might be staining your life, that might be hindering your prayers, and come before the Lord blamelessly. Deal with those things. Maybe there's anger or quarreling in your hearts. Maybe it's something else, but let's identify that thing and surrender it to the Lord in prayer.